Hi, welcome to the first episode of the Olympus Journal, the new weekly podcast for the Olympus gaming community. I'm Lacurra. Joining me tonight are a few of the guys that make this community so great. We've got etsKi, Drakos, and Sane. Gentlemen, would you care to share a little bit about what you do here and introduce yourselves to everybody?
Yeah, hey guys, my name's etsKi. I mainly do all the design work and all the YouTube work, as well as making sure everything works and runs smoothly in the community.
Hey, this is OG DrakosPrime as well with etsKi, doing some admin work, helping when I can. Part of some creative stuff and YouTube series that hopefully will get rolling. And yeah, just generally happy to be part of this group here.
Hey, OG Sane here, mod of the clan, and I keep everybody in line.
We'll also have one of our admins, Mac, joining us a little bit later on. As we said before, it's the first episode of our weekly podcast. We hope to do this each and every week. The Olympus community started out as a fairly small group a couple of months ago, and then after the Guardian Radio Network featured us, and then the segment on Bungie with Uniting the clan really kind of just exploded. So the community grew from around 100 people to around 1,000 very quickly, which is awesome, and we're excited about it. But we wanted to find a way to stay connected, and one of the ways we thought we could do that would be with a weekly podcast. So here we are tonight trying just that. I think the best place for us to start would be to talk a little bit about who we are as a community. And I think, etsKi, you're probably the best one to start that one out.
Yeah, I mean, as a community, we've grown quite a lot, especially over the past 3-4 weeks since the United Clans feature and Guardians Radio featured us. That was a big explosion, and people have had a lot of work to do in the Bungie.net, accepting all the clan invites, creating new groups and whatnot. But as far as the community, we're growing quite rapidly. It's not just within Destiny; we're all playing different games. It's been quite beautiful to see it grow so well.
It's been great for me. I came in with the Guardian Radio features where I heard about you guys. I know a lot of people have had a similar experience to me where I had a large group of guys I played with. But of course, as content went a little bit stale, a lot of those friends I played with kind of fell aside. I found myself going to LFG an awful lot to try to get my raids in. So it was great to find an active community that was growing. It's one of the reasons I love the Olympus gaming community. Drakos, you've been here for quite a while too. Anything to add?
I basically second everything that's been said.
Good group of guys, yeah.
Yeah. I'm very appreciative of the role, and the general state of our community has been just kind of mind-blowing a little bit. Seeing a good group of dudes, people that you tend to not know, but you consider friends. People that when you want to get home and you want to relax, or if you're just in between some work, you can get on and see what we're doing on Discord, and we're having a good time. It's been a lot of fun, and the people that like to stay connected with us, if you want to be part of that group, you can get in here and you can have a blast with us. We're always playing, always having a good time, and that's what we do.
Yeah, a lot of these people that I've been playing with, that the core members of this that started this clan, we've been friends for years online. And
It's Crota, man. Been a long
yeah,
time now.
it's
Coming
been
up
a
to
long,
3
long
years.
time. Yeah, I mean that's originally why I wanted a clan, is so I could get together and have some friends to play Destiny with instead of always trying to play by myself.
Yeah, or finding new people in LFG, and then
Yeah, right.
they go into the void. Nothing happens.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all these new members, it's great. I mean, it's great making new friends and having other people, a way for everybody to connect and make new friends. It's been great lately.
One thing for me is it's great to see all these people come in. That it's surprising, I guess I should say, how many of them haven't gotten to do the raids. The in-game content in Destiny is really just awesome, but you need a large group to do that. So it's great to have a group of people that we can help you get through raids and find people to help run Iron Banner so you're not solo queuing, and it's been fantastic to have a solid group of people to rally around you, to help you out, to give you direction, to give you pointers. Many of us have put more hours into the game than we're really proud of, but with that comes a fair bit of knowledge about the game, so that's good.
It is pretty gratifying. It's pretty rewarding taking somebody new through the raid.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
the PvE
That is,
experience
yeah.
of the raid is It is top notch. It's been a lot of fun. Whenever I think about other games, and we can all, you have your highs and lows in games, and you always come back to Destiny. It always draws you back in, and the game's obviously going to have another update here coming soon that we'll talk about. But taking those new people through an experience, like a lot of the people on here that are like, oh, we have not done this and that, and
Yeah, I mean, we've
it's
still
awesome.
got maybe 20, 30 people joining roughly a day, and the amount of people saying that they've never done a raid, they've never done the King's Fall, they've never done full
Well,
class.
yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
just like, wow, that's incredible. He's like, yeah, I've just never had a team that's bothered to stay till the end.
Right.
That's
If
it.
you look at the percentage of people who have actually beaten the raids, it's crazy low. Like
Well, I mean,
compared to the amount of players,
yeah, since Xbox put in their new update, it tells you how many people have got a certain achievement in that. And for the hard raid one, I think it's still roughly about 1-2%
Yeah,
of the
that's
whole
nuts.
Destiny population that have never done Wrath of Missions.
Yeah, and like you're saying, it's like mostly because people can't ever get a group together that want to finish it. Somebody's got to leave or something, or somebody sucks, or
people
whatever.
rage quit. I mean, that's
Yeah.
why I looked for a clan in the first place, and how I found out everyone was Crota, I think, and I never got a Galahorn. And yeah, I need to find people to go help me out.
I got my Galahorn when Xur sold it for the second time.
Oh man,
Over 1,000 hours, and that's when I
Yeah.
finally got my Galahorn.
I think it was maybe my 30th Crota completion. It gave it to me in the Death Singers, I think it was, or the Sisters just before Crota.
Yeah.
It was a happy day for me, man. Happy day.
Yeah.
So
I
obviously
remember those
we're
days.
still playing a lot of Destiny. This week, of course, we have Iron Banner. What do you guys think about Iron Banner Rift? I know last time they had this, it was not received very well by a lot of people. How do you guys feel about it?
It's a team-based game, man. A lot of people like to go into Iron Banner, and it's a 6v6 playlist. But if you don't have a team, it makes it very difficult to win anything. It's why people didn't like Rift before. Control, Clash, you could go in by yourself. It's perfectly fine. You could still get on. You could still have a chance of winning. But personally, I love it because I've always had a 6-man team to go in with. And Rift is my favorite playlist, straight up.
Yeah, I love it too. I love the drop rates are great right now. Like since the last patch, they're ridiculous since Iron Banner came back, and I mean it's a great way to get infused material to level up for everybody, and I love Rift as a game type myself, but yeah, definitely right about the team based game for sure.
I may not be able to blink into those rifts, but I will Twilight Garrison and skate my way to them.
Yeah.
I may roll in there with a point. We'll say point. We'll be fair. 0.5 KD. I'm just skating around, just trying to get in there. I'm trying to
It's all about
garrison
getting
through
that
it.
win. It's all about getting that
just
win.
Carrying those, but
I mean,
but I'll
most
have
of the
the
time
most points.
I'll finish the game with like, I don't know, 15 kills. I've not shot my weapon once. I'll just sit with the meter, grab the rift, run to the spark. That's me the whole day. I'll just go back and forth.
Unless you
Watch
run
you
into the
fun
lag
round.
monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done both. I like objective-based gameplay for Iron Banner. I'm not a fan of Iron Banner Clash at all.
No.
I do prefer objectives because it is a team-based thing. So control for me is the best Iron Banner. But that's just for me. That's what I like doing. Rift is... I'm glad it's team-based, but I have solo queued in Rift. And whenever you solo queue in Rift, it's a miserable experience.
It is.
Inevitably, you've got somebody who just grabs the spark immediately and dies right away. Or you have people that don't play the objective. Of course, that comes up in control a lot, too. People forget there's an objective, and they just go out shooting things. So I understand the frustration. I really do get that. But I've always been fortunate enough that in Iron Banner, I've always had a team. So I've always had a lot of success when I play Rift, because if you go in a 6-man team, you have a huge advantage over whoever you're playing against. Unless you're playing against the dread red bars that are going to, sabotage everything.
Yeah.
It's going to work out pretty well. But my heart does go out to the solo queuers, because it is not an easy game type unless you have a solid team with you to go into it.
What's the drops? I haven't played today.
Scout rifle, fusion, helmet, and class item.
Yeah.
And which the stats are amazing on all of them.
Yes.
I don't care what class, your subclass you're playing on. There's at least 2 pieces of armor that are almost 100% stat value. You know, so and the weapons are, the rolls are ridiculous too. So.
Yeah.
That scout rifle's a god roll. It is absolutely
It is?
amazing. Buy
What
it.
is it? What's
This is
on it?
star. What is it?
What are the rolls?
Rifled barrel, extended mag, and hidden hand.
Full auto, Firefly.
Full auto
It-
on that with hidden hand?
Yeah, it's really a ridiculous roll.
That thing is-
It's worth picking up. It's got braced frame, I think it is. It's got stability mods in the first column, and then you can go full auto,
stability hidden
and then you
hand,
can
full
go or extended mag, and you've got Firefly or hidden hand. It's
Sounds
about
like
as
a
good of a
fun
scout
gun.
rifle as you can get.
Yeah.
All right, Bungie, now buff it.
The drops I found this time, the drops to be amazing. I've had mixed experiences with the drops. Of course, my RNG, as you'll find, is horrifically bad. I mean, laughably bad. But the first Iron Banner, I got a ton of drops, lots of unbent trees, lots of everything else.
Oh, yeah.
The second Iron Banner, I got almost nothing at all. I didn't get a pulse rifle until
Dude.
the game that pushed me up to rank 5 so I could go buy the vendor one. That's the one the pulse rifle finally dropped for me. This
They
Iron
did
Banner,
something.
I'm getting a ton of stuff. I've already gotten 3 scouts, 2 or 3 fusion rifles, and some helmets. And I only played a few games today. So
Yeah.
the RNG seems to be inconsistent.
I think they didn't want all those clever dragons around.
it's there
I'm
anyway.
not kidding.
Regardless of
They
it's
were
there.
there regardless. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
they sold a great one, but I got at least 10 or 12 silver, red, dread, whatever the machine gun is.
Yeah.
I got
Silver
all
dread.
those, and I got one clever dragon drop. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
See, all the Iron Banners that they've had since it's come back, I've gotten numerous of whatever they're offering.
Yeah,
like
same.
the last one I got, like I don't know, 6 or 7 clever dragons. Just today we put in like, I don't know what, 10, 15 games or something.
Yeah.
I got like 5 helmets, 3 or 4 artifacts, a couple guns, and it's just crazy. The drop rate is nuts, and a lot of the stuff is 400, if you're even close to 400.
Yeah.
I refuse to use that clever dragon, gentlemen. I've used it
Well,
a couple
I'd
times.
love to use it, but I'm running around with my media at the moment. So
Right, for speed.
just don't-
Well,
Just can't take it, man. If one's using it, I don't want to do that.
yeah.
the meta right now really favors pulse rifles pretty well. Hand cannons certainly are doing really well too.
Yeah.
But that fast firing pulse rifle it wrecks right now in Crucible.
Yeah. Remember in year 1 when they're like, nobody uses pulse rifle enough. We need to go buff it. Let's go buff it, buff it until now. That's all anyone uses.
Yep.
I think pulse rifles have always been consistent.
Yeah.
But not a lot of people used them in year 1, just because there was so much. There was the last word, there was Thorn, but now. Like you say, the state of the meta right now is definitely pulse rifles are very strong, along with legendary hand cannons out there. Last word's still good, of course, but yeah, if you get a clever dragon with a couple stability perks and high caliber rounds, that thing destroys people.
Yeah, I mean,
It
cross
does.
map, a clever dragon with high caliber could outshoot any scout rifles.
What do you guys want the meta to be? What do you want this update to do?
Balanced.
I think right now that it's kind of balanced a little bit. I mean,
On the
somewhat,
primary
because
side?
you can use a lot of different guns and be successful. It depends on your skill level and how you are with that archetype of gun.
Yeah.
But it's
I think
lately,
generally-
like before, there wasn't too much variance in what people were using. Now there's a lot more difference in what everybody's using. I mean, not really, but there's certain archetypes that are always going to be dominant. But as far as the weapon choices, I think they've gotten a little tiny bit broader
Yeah.
last patch.
At least with the primaries.
The
With
primaries have.
yeah. Straight up. It's a lot more balanced than what was year 1, year 2. It's a
The
lot.
problem you have right now is
Mm-hmm.
25% of all kills in the Crucible basically are Matadors.
Yeah.
So I think something has to be done about that.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like they've done anything different to shotguns. They've not added anything, taken away too much out of it either. But it's the fact that people could get to you so fast. Yeah.
I will
With
say from
Garrison,
that,
with Blink, with
it,
Shade
they,
Step.
they're going to continue. I think whatever nerf comes on them, it's not going to matter. Shotguns are still. I don't think Bungie. I'm not sure they can figure that out.
I think
They would have to change the way completely how a shotgun. You can't take the ammo away. Everyone will just go to invective or start using universal remotes if they just want to be that shotgun rush guy, or they'll just. Shotguns are still, no matter what happens, I'm not sure I trust that they're going to fix it no matter what buffs occur. I almost feel like if they just took all the powerful guns that we've had this whole time, the Pocket Infinity in its heyday, Suros, Thorn, Last Word, like year 1 version, or Hawkmoon year 1, the 2-shot, the slower pulses, the Red Death with the fast pulses now, then gave the scouts a buff and fixed the fusion, even though the fusions seem pretty fairly placed and scouts do as well. I can't take all the shotguns, the fast pulses. You can't go into a match and feel like you are a special person with your own legendary gun or exotic. You want to play exotics to have fun, and I'm not sure they're going to fix it. I would almost just then bring it all back and make it just super powerful, and just the time to kill is just absurd, or I don't know what they're going to do. This is a huge patch. Man.
With shotguns, they just need to get rid of the damage fall off. After a certain limit, it does no damage to you. Yeah, either that or get rid of high impact, slow rate of fire shotguns.
Which, by the way, another thing, I also think snipers are correctly placed now. I think snipers were a little too. I think they are fairly placed.
Yeah.
Oops,
I think my problem
making its way back.
A lot of times
I think that they're fine. I think they're fine. They're still super powerful. They're still, in a 6-player match, shotgun or snipers are going to have a little bit of a problem as opposed to what they used to, because there's so many things going on. There's so many ways to flinch them, more players and this and that, as opposed to 3v3. But
the thing with snipers in six-man playlists is that your team tends to push forward. For example, me. I've been a shotgunner since year 1. If we're playing control, Shane, actually all you guys probably know by now, I'll just run straight to the side, kill their whole team, and then they spawn behind us. And then you get points, goes, etsKi, fucking stop it. They're spawning behind us. That's
the problem you have with Bungie, though, is Bungie doesn't seem to know how to do nerfs. Every time they do a nerf, they seem to go way too far and have to bring it back. I think I'd rather see them almost do a little buff. Now, I don't want a huge buff. I don't want Call of Duty. But I think primaries need a little bit of a buff.
I agree.
I mean, because you need something. There's one counter to, maybe 2 counters to the shotgunner, and that's a last word that can take them down quickly, or plan C. But other than that, if a shotgunner gets in on you, you're going to have trouble. I know the good players say, well, back up.
I
can't back up.
Yeah, I think the problem with a lot of the problem with shotguns in Destiny is the game is based on, everybody has crazy movement speed, and they can close the gap so fast, and shotguns can hit you. I mean, the only way they could fix it properly, I think, is, I don't know if anybody remembers back in Halo days when you got shot aiming down sight, it would take you out of aiming down sight.
Yep.
Or like maybe if somebody shoots you while you're rushing them, it would take you out of your sprint or something like that. I don't know if that type of stuff is possible. Probably not. They don't want to spend money on it or whatever. But, I don't really think that there's going to be a big change to shotguns. It's going to be the way it is.
Not
they have to be retooled. They have to be, Destiny 2 they will.
Yeah. I think
they would have to retool it.
Yeah.
And they have to give up. Just make everything powerful. But like you said, I want the time to kill to be still kind of where it's at, but it's going to go up. So the engagements, you're not going to be able to it's nice to not be Call of Duty. You want to be able to turn but
have
you
a
know, who's got the
chance.
movement speed to get out of that? You know, a shade step guy can. If you have a garrison on, you can kind of maneuver around a little bit. I don't know, maybe adds. I would love like some secret skill tree to pop up or something, and be like, hey, here's some new stuff. But yeah, they're saving it all for Destiny 2. Shotguns
Yeah.
aren't changing. I don't care what they do.
Man,
I
it's
just
not
hope
changed.
scouts
In 3 years, they've said they're
yeah.
gonna nerf it. What, 3-4 times? 3 or 4 of their weapon patches. It was supposed to get nerfed, and to me, every time after every single patch, I just felt like, no, no difference. I could still one-shot somebody, like at ridiculous range, regardless.
Ultimately, you need to be able to go into PvP, and people are using what they want to use, and they can use it at an optimal range or an optimal this. You know, everybody knows the maps, I guess, right? So you know where you need to be for your scout rifle play. You know where you need to be for your auto rifle play. You know, an auto rifle should shred people at mid range. If you're going to get in a firefight and you're a shotgun, you need to close the gap on them before they eat you alive. Don't make them shoot across the map like they were. It's fine. Make them eat you alive up front. Make the scouts able to terrorize people at that mid-long range game. You know, you need to be able to go into those maps, all these maps, no matter where they are, and everyone's using stuff. I hate seeing just 3-round pulses just blazing you across the map, and then other people jumping in your face with a shotgun, and then before you know it, you got like 4 rounds, 3 minutes of straight supers hitting you. And then here comes heavy ammo. And then you're back on the supers hitting you. And then before you know it, you got a .25 KD.
I've had too many of those games myself. So.
Yeah, I've had a couple today.
Of course, the big news this week is the Dawning. You guys have sure heard about it and have thoughts on it?
Pumped.
Yeah.
I'm actually excited.
I'm excited for the strike scoring, man.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe that was never there in the first place. That's like, wow.
As a PvE player myself, that's the most exciting thing for me.
Yeah.
SRL's kind of cool. That's a fun distraction. I'll run some races and do that book. But doing the strike scoring, I think, is awesome. And I agree. That should have been there from the beginning. I was excited when they added it to the Prison of Elders. I thought that was a cool thing to have there. So I'm really glad to see that coming in. And new gear to chase. You know, anytime we get new content at this point, I get excited.
We want new gear. Get it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I think SRL is kind of cool, but just because it provides a different outlet, you know?
Yeah. It's not
and the private matches.
Yeah, it's like a way to relax and just, you know, like do whatever. It's like, what is this? This is still Destiny?
Yeah.
and it's also, you know, like a great way. We've seen the last SRL. It's a great way to rank up and get, you know, high level stuff to use to infuse or keep. You know, if you want to have that total SRL get up, you know, you can do that.
Could you level all your SRL gear this time, or is it like last time?
I sharded mine.
Yeah. No, I'm saying any of the SRL stuff they're going to be releasing.
It's going to all have.
Light,
It's going to all have light this time, so if you want to use it, actually, you can use it in the game.
Yeah.
It sounds like they learned some lessons. I'm concerned just because Festival of the Lost to me was a disaster. It was basically, to get all the stuff, you had to spend a lot of money. A lot of the streamers and podcasts call it Festival of the Cost because it was really poorly implemented. You could spend a ton of money and you still weren't guaranteed to get what you wanted. So I'm glad that this time they're going to let you buy the mask that you want.
Yeah.
I think that's a step in the right direction. But still, I'm concerned with how much content am I going to have to buy versus how much can I earn. I guess my feeling is that I should be able to. You can make me grind my butt off, and I'm fine with it. But I think there should be a way to earn the content, and if I want to take the shortcut, buy it. I wasn't happy with how much of it was locked behind that paywall at the last event. Yeah. So if this one ends up the same way, I'm going to be really disappointed.
Yeah.
If I'm doing the same thing, I want to play your game. I want to grind. Give me a reason to grind, and that's content.
Yeah, that's why we all play Destiny, you know, is the loot side of it, you know, and that, you know, gaining the rewards, you know, that you work so hard for. But yeah, definitely, if you gotta, there's only certain things that you can get by paying for it. That's not really fair to everyone, you know. You should at least have a chance to get it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you heard about Professor Broman. He's spent something like $80 just to get the Ghost. That's incredible.
some of them spent a lot more and still didn't get all the things. So
Yeah.
it's really, there needs to be a better way to do that. And I was fine when Eververse came in. I thought that, and a lot of people were screaming, slippery slope, and I was certainly worrying about that too. But more and more of the stuff has become, you got to kind of pay to have it.
Yeah.
And how much content have we got? Yeah.
The content, other than the buffs and nerfs, like their PvP, that's the one part that they're missing on over and over. I think as they go from vanilla all the way through this, they're progressing fine.
Oh, the game's
they're really
improved.
learning from what they had to scratch off at the beginning, and then
Sure.
Imagine this in year one. Oh my God! So if they need a little extra money from Eververse, I'm giving them a few bucks here and there. So, but I would rather grind or find our way to a lot of that. Just keep giving that content. If this is going to be it looks like it's going to be a pretty decent update. I wasn't expecting Icebreaker and exotics right now, and
yeah, how do you guys feel about
had 'em.
Icebreaker coming back? Icebreaker was certainly one of those guns in year one that changed the gameplay. A lot of strikes completely changed once you got Icebreaker. Do you think it's going to have as much impact in year 3 as it did in year 1, or do you think it's kind of more of a novelty now?
I think it's more of a novelty more than anything, man. Icebreaker, I only really use that for the confluxes, in Vault Glass. Everyone would stay up the top, and then we
Sure.
would just snipe all the, what were they called, the shiny things?
Oracles.
Oracles, yeah. Everyone would just shoot that.
The shiny things.
The shinies. By the way, Mac's on.
Is he?
I want to send him a thing. I think it will. PVE wise, I think it.
PvE wise, but there's.
I think it's.
Yes.
I know
more
you have the
consistent.
G-horn.
You only get
in your-
6 shots with the Icebreaker. As far as damage output, there's better snipers out there. There's better exotics in general that you could use.
I think it was the long drawn out strikes. It's the nightfalls.
Yeah.
It's the I'm going to sit in this corner and hide.
Exactly.
Or maybe even a glitch spot that the Icebreaker shined. But then it got, after the not Black Spindle, what was it? Black Hammer came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you just, that was the greatest setup ever. Either Fatebringer Vision with Black Hammer and G-Horn.
Yeah.
Dude, you destroyed. It was so much fun blazing through those PvE
Well, a lot of
through
the-
the strikes. So I want to see that again with this scoring. I don't know if I'm going to go Icebreaker or G-Horn, but I'm trying one of the two out to see.
A lot of the old
With
strikes
my
used to be
burning eye
go
adapt.
sit here, shoot this. And that was the way it always worked. You sit somewhere, you shoot the boss. Sit somewhere, shoot the boss.
Yep.
And that's why I think the Icebreaker did so well. Now, I never find myself really short of sniper ammo in PvE. In the raid where I use snipers, I'm always getting enough ammo. So I don't see myself really needing that Icebreaker. Where I do see it being a problem is like trials, where you're going to have people that always have snipers ammo. And I'm not a great trials player. I'm a horrible PvP player. But we have some guys in the community that are terrific snipers. I see them really making use of Icebreaker because they'll always have sniper ammo. They don't have to worry about the special crate. So I see it being a big impact in PvP. PvE, I'm sure it's going to be a high impact sniper. I'm sure it'll be fun to use. It always has been. I don't see it being a real big deal. But that being said, I'm excited to have it again.
Yeah. And it looks beautiful, man. As with
Oh,
the
the
new
white one.
Thunderlords that are coming out.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm excited for the Icebreaker just because, I'm a collector. I've always been a collector in the game. I like to get everything, And Icebreaker just holds that warm spot in your heart,
True.
Yeah.
Oh, with those new
Nostalgia.
skins on it. Oh, man.
It's
One of them is
gonna look
completely
beautiful.
redone. That white one, it's got like the little curved look to it.
What do you guys think about the skins, the ornaments for the Thorn? That white one looks pretty
Sick.
cool, and the Red
They're both
Death.
sick.
Oh,
The Thorn they did.
I'm
really
glad they're
good on.
bringing the variety, like to, different looks to the armor. And updates like that are always welcome to me.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think the ornaments have been a great addition. Even the raid armor and stuff like that, and the ornaments you could add to stuff. I think it's great to have. Why not be able to look different? Because you remember year one, everybody looked the same.
everyone looks
Yeah,
the same.
everybody had
the
raid
exact
armor.
same gear. Exactly. So you couldn't customize your guardian at all. So
Right.
I'm glad that they've gone this different way, and these ornaments are just another way to do it. So I'm glad they're adding that. I'm
Yeah.
actually more excited about the two new machine guns than I am the icebreaker, only because I know it's going to take me forever to get the icebreaker, because the icebreaker's RNG. You do your Zavala bounty and you turn it in, and you have a chance to get an icebreaker. So as we all know, my RNG being horrible, it's going to take me many weeks of running this bounty to finally get the icebreaker to drop. But the other two are exotic quests, and I really like the exotic quests in this game, and I especially thought the Rise of Iron exotic quests were really good. So I'm excited to do those.
I
Yeah.
think I'm going
Yeah.
to turn in a bunch of bounties at one time. I think it's going to trigger some bullshit, and I'm going to get that icebreaker first pop. I'm going to turn in all my Vanguard ones at the same time, or whatever it is, a bunch of Crucible ones, and just spam them, and it'll go.
I think it's the Zavala bounty. The
Yeah, it's got to be a Zavala
Nightfall
bounty. That's
bounty.
I'm
probably
going to do the
only
other
going to
ones
be available
beforehand.
through a
I'm
Nightfall.
going to trick the game. It's going to see a bunch of other bounties get turned in. Then it's going to see the Zavalas, and Bungie will not have that in its coding, and it'll go, oh, he just turned in a bunch of bounties. Let's give it to him.
Here, have an icebreaker.
He's trying really hard. Here's your participation trophy.
Just you wait. I'm going to record it. It's going to do it. It's going to work.
Yeah,
I go
think
in with a game plan.
I'm looking more forward to the new Thunderlords. Was it Abaddon and Nova Mortis?
Abaddon.
Yeah,
Abaddon.
Abaddon, Nova Mortis.
I mean, they look all right.
Yeah, I just
don't
remember
know.
in the Rise of Iron trailers, they had one image of a guy with a Solar Lord. I was like, when's it coming out? It needs to come out soon, man. But that's it.
Well, these have shown up since Taken King, right? I mean, somebody data mined and found these a while ago, so we're finally seeing them, which is great. I mean, Thunderlord's a great heavy machine gun. So to have other options with that, I think it's great. And again, I want to do the quest. It gives me content to play, which I'm excited about.
I think the new elemental Lord guns are cool and all, but come on, they're the same gun, guys, right? I mean, they're the same gun, just different elements, right?
Well, it's the same. Same thing with the icebreaker.
They're
man.
going
It's-
cheap on us right there. I'm sorry, but they're going the cheap way on us.
Yeah. It was always gonna happen, man. To me, all
But
that matters
the
is
game has been out
Yeah.
for how long now?
3 years
Almost
now.
3 years
That's
now.
what I'm-
So
Yeah.
I'm more excited to do the quest than get the gun.
And
I'm more
that's where I
excited
am
at the
too.
Actual, let me see what the quest is, because that's fun and interesting. I'll get the gun and I'll throw it in the vault. It's a Thunderlord. They're
yeah,
awesome.
right.
but
Collectability.
If I want to shoot a machine gun that's exotic in PvP, I'm gonna probably bust out the Nemesis.
And who
stuff.
knows? I mean, you could bust one out every nightfall that you need,
Yeah, I think I'll stick with that raid machine gun for anything like that. That might be my loadout. That might be it. Burning Eye Adept, Icebreaker, and that Machinima, whatever it's called. The raid.
Yeah, that thing
Machine
shoots
gun
crazy
is sick.
fast.
It's a
That's
bullet
gonna be
hose.
That's where I'm going to try my speed runs with that.
Actually,
loadout.
that little gun worked out really well too. We were doing Golgoroth there a couple weeks ago,
Mhm.
down the pit with that machine gun on
It eats,
Golgoroth.
doesn't it? Yeah.
That
Right.
crit spot's so big, you're not gonna miss.
Yeah, that was beautiful. I think that was the
So-
first time I ever used it. I never used it in the raids because I was like, well, I just use my sleeper anyway, so I don't really need this. And then we did
Yeah, I've
that
always got-
Golgoroth, and I was like, wow, okay.
Then you're sold.
Yeah.
you shoot 200 bullets without reloading. You're like, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited about Dawning. Is there anything else? What do you guys think the April update's going to include? That's probably gonna be the last bit of content we really get, right? Because everybody's working on Destiny 2 over there.
Well,
They
Dawning
haven't
still
officially
has
announced it.
SRL.
I'm surprised they haven't announced anything yet. I thought maybe we hear something at PSX. I'm sure we'll hear something by E3. We're excited about the Dawning. What do you think April's going to have?
I think the rehashed old raids will be coming, man. Personally.
I think so too. Something we
I
forgot to mention were the strikes. Three strikes are being remastered. One of them being the Will of Crota, one of them being the Nexus.
Yeah.
So we see a Vex being Sivified, we see the Hive being Sivified, which to me really points towards the raids being
Yep.
Sivified.
Wait a minute.
Exactly.
Isn't one of them, the Nexus is taken?
Yeah,
They're not Sivified.
it is. Yeah, Nexus is
Oh,
taken.
okay.
They switched it to taken, I believe, which is still cool.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing Sacrion all, taken out and stuff.
Yeah, because I mean the Vex, The Vex in
Omnigul is probably perfected.
Yeah, who were taken, so.
Sivified.
Sivified.
But yeah, dude, anytime you do those, I mean, I did watch them where they said that the what's the one with the walker and then the dude at the end, Skolas looking guy, that they're
Oh, yeah, the Shadow Thief, the Kexus, not Kexus.
Nexus. No, Nexus is.
What are the three strikes they did? Omnigul, Nexus, and what's the third one that they're redoing?
It's Shadow Thief is what it's called.
It's the big dude with the cannon.
Oh, this is terrible. I can't remember. Yeah.
My God. I can't believe we've all just gone
Anyway.
blank. Yeah. Anyway, that dude.
They're adding mechanics to them. You know, after they saw what happened in Sepix Perfected, they're wanting to put in a few mechanics. So on the Perfected strikes, you're not going to be able to blaze through those, it looks like.
Yeah.
A little bit of a bummer, because I like blazing through them, but having a mechanic in there is kind of cute, I guess.
I enjoy Sepix with that. I think that's neat. I also liked Saber.
I do.
Just because Saber kind of felt a little more mechanic. She had to move and stuff like that. So I'm glad they're doing that. It's one of the reasons I love the raids. I mean, I run the raid a couple times a week, and I enjoy all those activities and the mechanics of it and the thought behind it. So when they add those to a strike, to me, that's great. And I hope they go that direction in Destiny 2.
Yeah. Perfected versions be a little bit more hard like that, and then you hit your heroic strike list to spam through it with your speed runs and your the point thing that they're doing. Your scoring.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm looking
That'll be
forward
cool.
to. I'm just looking forward to bringing sort of like a scoring tournament, a monthly, which fire team did the best, and we can start bringing SRL tournaments, which I think will be a lot more fun and a lot less serious than our current tournaments.
OG Snoopy's on my team.
Can you invite Mac in here?
Is he in now? Yeah.
I believe so.
Cool.
So yeah, if they bring back those old raids, I mean, for me that'll be a perfect end to Destiny 1 cycle. I would love to get back in the Vault of Glass again. I'd love to get back into Crota and have it be tough again, because those raids used to be really challenging and really hard. And we were talking to somebody not too long ago that was talking how easy Vault of Glass is. Do you remember that, etsKi?
Yeah.
He was telling us just how easy Vault is. Well, sure, it's easy.
You're 350.
14 levels above where you're supposed to be, So it'd be great to take these guys in there to experience really what we dealt with the first time through. When you were doing Crota, when he was a level above you, that was so hard. Doing Skolas, when he was a level ahead of you,
was a bastard.
Well, until the galley glitch was found.
Yeah.
Everyone get in the
I
bubble,
don't partake
jump
in those.
Galley.
Hello,
When
gentlemen.
I did it, that had been
Mac?
fixed.
What's the topic?
There
Any
we go.
thoughts
I
on
was trying to
The
invite him.
topic is welcome MacArsenal, one of our
Hey.
admins.
Hello, podcast.
Do you have any thoughts on Dawning Mac? That's kind of where we were wrapping the Destiny part here.
Dawning. It's actually a little surprised, a little bit more than I thought. In a good way. Just see if they don't mess it up with fucking Eververse, but
Yeah, we talked a little bit about that.
figured 2 maps. It's kind of, the gear is pretty nice. Wasn't expecting the scoring, but that's a good addition finally,
Yeah.
I guess.
I think that's an amazing addition, man.
Yep.
Personally.
Reminds me of Halo. Just
Do they
getting medals
have,
for everything.
I know in the Bungie.net they have some leaderboards. I wonder if they're going to put in strike leaderboards
Yeah, they will do.
for this. Oh, are they?
I'm sure they will.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm sure they will. If not,
Cool.
Destiny Tracker will.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sure a lot of
We'll be
offsite
doing
stuff.
that. I'll be
Yeah.
doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
They always try to push their new thing. That'd be great for me. Finally, something I'm good at.
Yeah, Lacurra's going to have some mad stats.
People be getting on the
strike,
Discord
son.
going, can Lacurra carry me to a high score?
I was thinking
And
that
he's gonna
earlier.
be trading them
thinking
for trials wins.
Yeah, I was thinking that earlier.
There you go.
When you were like very modestly saying, "Yeah, I run maybe 2 raids a week," and I'm like, "No, you don't." You run maybe 15, helping everyone in the community, man.
As we said earlier,
He is a
I'm
machine.
passionate about trying to get the people that haven't
Yeah.
run raids through raids. When I first started playing, I didn't have a raid team, so I didn't get. But the first raid I ran was Crota, so
Yeah.
and it was because I had 4 friends that had the game, so we'd be a group of 5, but usually there'd be 3 of us on, so we were never able to run the raids. And finally, my buddy had a buddy who came into the party one time and said, "Hey, you guys want to run a raid? I've got a bunch of friends," and they got us in. And then I was raiding, every week, several times, and I loved it. So I know how hard it is to find that raid team, and I appreciate so much when somebody helped me. So I like to help people through their first raid. I love to listen to their excitement when they get through it and how happy they are and they feel like they did something. So that's my favorite thing to do in Destiny right now. And frankly, at this point, I don't have anything else to do in the game. I don't really like PvP. I'm not a good PvP player. I have all the gear that I need. So the way I pass the time is try to help people through stuff. And that's it's just,
I
just what I
think
like to do.
we've hit in the drought here, and that's why I think this next little patch will definitely help. Iron Banner helps a little bit,
Yeah.
It's a good way for people to level up and stuff, It's kind of fun to
Well,
play.
This is why the dawning surprised me so much. I thought that was us till at least March, April, and we won't get any updates till then. Maybe some cosmetics or whatever, but nothing like this. They popped this out, and I was like, wow, that's gonna keep people back into the game, 100%, at least for another
Indeed.
month or two. Yeah.
Indeed did recently say that they're going to start ramping up the events, which now we have the Dawning that's going to run for a couple weeks. And then in
We'll have
February, we're
Crimson.
probably going to have the Crimson Doubles.
Yep.
And then the April update. And then maybe something over the summer. I don't know. But I'm glad that they're doing more this year than they did last year. Because we only really had 2-3 events all of last year.
Well,
It's
I
a very
think-
dry year.
I think everyone had a big moan on the Budgie forums about it because they were like, okay, we're not gonna add any more big DLCs. We're gonna put in microtransactions, and that will give you all this content. But they didn't put out much content at all. It was very depressing last year. What they were pulling out. So I'm glad they're actually doing that. Makes so much.
Yeah, I think they've definitely stepped up their game as far as delivering, stuff for people because, I mean, it does involve a lot of work, I'm sure, to
Absolutely.
deliver this content.
Yeah, it does.
And the community's they drop a patch, we play it, and everybody maxes out in a month, and they're all like, "Oh, I'm so bored. I've reached 400."
Yes.
I mean, people
Wait, a
just
month?
need to.
It took me like 3 days, man.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Everybody just needs to settle down and realize that it actually does take a lot of work to put out this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised. Like I said, I was kind of surprised by Dawning, but mostly because most of the studios working on Destiny 2.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
I understand that this next year, we may get that stuff, we may not. If we do, that's cool. But I don't know. Hopefully they are putting a lot of their efforts in the Destiny 2, and I get it if we don't get a lot of content this next year, or some rehashed content. Old raids, cough cough.
Yeah, we were just
Speaking
about
of
that before.
content, I got a thing. Why didn't Xbox get the Jade Rabbit in year 2?
That was because, I guess
Activision?
when they contracted out, supposedly was because Destiny 2 is supposed to be out now, but since they
Right.
pushed it back, that it basically extended the contract agreements, I think, with PlayStation.
Oh,
That's what I've
okay.
read and heard. So
Okay.
Don't worry.
I mean,
I've
not
heard
that I
it's-
need it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
not
heard
that I
it's
need it, but
not
I
even
am a
that amazing.
collector.
Yeah.
I need it. I need it.
I think the deal
I
was
mean, I
that
want the Grimoire. I want
Dude,
the
I
gun.
just want that Titan gear that they gave away, that Hero Space or whatever it is. Oh,
Oh yeah.
I want the
I'll
strike.
hear it
The
too.
only thing I care about is the strike because I've heard it's a good strike. I'd like to try it.
Yeah.
I don't care about the Jade Rabbit. I've got a Boolean Gemini that's just fine for a exotic scout rifle that sits in the vault. But
Right.
I'd like to try the strikes.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of good scout rifles right now. Like,
Actually, if we're really-
some of the
Yeah.
some of the stuff that gets dropped from Crucible, like the Cryptic Dragons, Satyrian Rapier, or whatever it's called. Some of those have
Yeah, they're-
just awesome rolls.
Yeah.
they're good.
Well, let's
I
hope
still
on
don't touch it.
the next rendition of this game that maybe they fix some of those exclusivity agreements.
Yeah,
that
I'm sure
sucks for either way. That sucks.
It does.
I did see a thing where I think they may not be. There still might be exclusive stuff coming in D2.
Yeah, there might be.
For PlayStation.
I'm sure there will be, but let's.
I have a real big issue with it.
Yeah.
Not because I understand they're trying to make money. I get that. But for such a community-based game, I don't like the fact that half the community has stuff and half can't. If it's, for a slight time exclusive, I know Call of Duty does this and has for years, where it's exclusive for just a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're talking a full year and now 2 years on some of the stuff that half the community doesn't get to experience. And I can't believe Bungie really likes this, because they've created content that half their player base doesn't get to play. But I know Activision's a big proponent of this.
Wow, it's
just
all about the money.
I don't like dividing the community. I wouldn't like it if it was Xbox exclusive content. I just don't like a community-based game to have two groups.
Yeah. And I mean, I could see maybe for a month or two, but a year? A year?
Yeah, a year.
Come on.
A year. I remember when Destiny first came out, and I was like, a year for exclusives? Wow. Because, I mean, the longest I had seen was 6 months before that. And it was at Call of Duty or something, I think it was. Yeah. Xbox had 6 months over PlayStation on Call of Duty Ghost or something like that. I was like, wow, that's a long time. And then Destiny came out, and it's like a year. I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I think a lot of
it is all about the money. I mean, they came out even on launch day, pretty much. So.
Well, what I've heard from other people in the community, and I agree. Like, I'm for Bungie making money as long as that money gets converted back. I get that. Like, developmental cost is astronomical. Especially each year of gaming, but it's just how they incorporate it, how they do it. A cosmetic, cool, whatever, all day long. But when it's weapons and content, that's what's grinding a lot of people's gears about that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So as the content's drying up, what else are you guys playing? Any other games?
Overwatch, man.
In your consoles right now? Overwatch?
On the PC, yeah.
A little bit of
I've been playing a lot of everything. I've been playing some Battlefield. I've been playing Titanfall. And Overwatch I just recently got back into, which is, I feel like I'm wearing blinders sometimes, but I had fun the other day.
I like where Blizzard is going with Overwatch, man. They've just brought in their 1v1s, 3v3s, and just their whole arcade system. I thought it was really fun. So I was, up until Iron Banner came out, the past few days I've just been rinsing through Season 3. Absolutely in love with it again. But then Iron Banner had to come out, and it had to be Rift, so I had to come back and play. It's just like, no question in the matter.
etsKi.
I haven't tried Overwatch. What is it? It's a MOBA, right?
Nah, it's
no.
It's
Play
like
Team Fortress before?
Yeah.
Yeah, just like that. Almost, kind of.
Nice.
Basically.
You've got 22 characters, all different abilities.
In fairness, for what Lacurra's, what us oldies are used to, it's that MOBA sort of first person. You got to play as a team. You got abilities. You know. But definitely Team Fortressy is what it really.
Yeah. Mm. Well, I mean, it even has a game mode out of it where you gotta follow the transport.
Yeah.
Get it to point A to point B. Payload. Yeah.
Hybrids, control maps, and that sort of stuff. It's fun. I really enjoy it, but the skill gap now is
pretty high.
Yeah.
I see Lacurra as a Reinhardt for sure.
Yeah. Well, that's why Season 3, man. I've just been playing Reinhardt. You've known me to be a Reaper the whole time.
Reinhardt's this big shield guy.
Yeah.
Lacurra.
Oh, don't shoot anything. Just
big support. But he's awesome. You need one, basically.
Yeah. You have to have
in every game.
He's
Yeah,
he's.
I don't know Lacurra. I tried him. I couldn't do it. I got my ass whipped with him.
Hey, if you're good with him, he can tear up the enemy team too. He can be very offensive.
Yeah, that's what I do. Battle Reinhardt. I fucking love it. Absolutely love it.
like
one of the things I
Angel.
like about this a little bit drier time is that you can catch up on a lot of these games that
Yeah.
have fallen by the wayside. I've got games that I got last year that are still in the cellophane because I've still been playing Destiny, but now I've gotten back into Division, improved quite a bit with the last patch that came out. Diablo's got content coming out soon. So you'll be able to get back into that.
I'll be jumping back on that with Nikki over there.
Oh yes, I will. Diablo. Resident Evil 7's coming out. Anybody seen that?
Yeah, I've watched a lot of the trailers. I've seen a lot of stuff on Twitter. It looks really cool.
Man.
Resident Evil always has, though. Their graphics is always being amazing.
They're revamping like completely. It's that whole Outlast PT and stuff, man. Oh man. I'm pumped for that one. I play all the Resident Evils like day one as soon as it comes out.
What do you guys think of Battlefield so
Which,
far?
by the way, 6 was balls.
Don't forget Barbie's Seahorse Adventures. That's
right.
Special edition's coming back. So
Is it? Oh, I can't wait.
you know,
Oh man.
I gotta
pre-order
watch
that.
my Destiny.
Pre-order that.
I got my Ken doll
That
sitting on the
skin.
shelf right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Other than that, single players, I think when it dries up after Christmas, I'll be trying out Far Cry Primal. I've still not played that. I played every single fucking Far Cry except for that one. And finish off Dishonored 2.
Yeah. What, in like 2 short months we're getting Mass Effect, right? March?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
About?
Yes.
So
March, April. Nah.
Getting
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah,
That'll
that
take me
trailer
until
looks
September.
pretty cool.
Yeah, there's not going to be a whole lot of raid carries during that month
Yeah.
or the month after.
Or parties or anything.
That's right.
Does so I know they've talked about multiplayer. Is there like campaign multiplayer?
I don't think they've
Or is
really
it just
said
a horde
yet.
kind of mode? They haven't said yet? Okay.
I don't
I thought I
so.
heard a rumor that there was going to be campaign
For Mass Effect?
Like a co-op.
Yes.
Yeah.
A co-op, yeah.
They've been
That would be
pretty
cool.
quiet.
I don't, have you ever played Far Cry co-op?
I haven't played co-op, but I played Far Cry.
Basically what it is, is that somebody will join your instance of your game, and you get you keep all your materials and all the economy stuff, like all the money you make, anything you pick up, that'll stay, but the progress goes to whoever's account it is you're joining into. If they're gonna do a co-op, I think that's the way it is, which means you could go jump in, go help your friend, take over a planet, go collect resources, build all your bases. Andromeda looks amazing. I can't wait.
It does. The Mass Effect series has been great. The first one, I went back and tried to replay them when they went to backwards compatible on the Xbox One, and Mass Effect 1 did not age well. The story is fantastic. The controls were not great then, and they still aren't. But boy, 2 and 3, they really upped their game and made just a great story, a great shooter, great RPG. I can't wait for Andromeda.
Is it third person?
It is, yes.
It's like a space age Gears of War, basically.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's really great RPG, like Lacurra said, and just they had what was it 2 or 3? They came out with Wave Horde mode.
3, I believe.
3. That was a lot of fun too. It was really nice. I played a lot of.
If you have EA access right now, all 3 of them I think are in the vault for free.
Yeah.
You can play them, and they're well worth your time.
But you don't need to play. Sounds like these ones to jump into Andromeda. It's going to be its own story.
Different story. Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't necessarily need to play the old ones.
Mike, do you want to do me a favor and plug your controller from Hardwire?
What?
I'm getting a bit of a
It is.
buzz.
It is hard.
Who, mine?
Yeah. Is it just hardwired?
Yeah.
I just walked away. Did I do something?
No, you're fine, Dragos.
It's all good. It's all good.
I don't know what that is.
How about these Sour Patch kids?
Technology. So somebody asked about Battlefield 1. I see a lot of people in the community playing that. I haven't tried it out.
I stink at it, but it's fun.
What do you guys think?
It's fun with a group. It is. Kind of. I don't like it so much solo, but
Yeah.
I used to be a big.
I was playing it
Go ahead.
solo the other day, and I was playing what is it? Conquest? Not Conquest, but what do you?
Story?
Where you just have to hold the flags. Domination.
Domination.
That's what it was. Domination. And I was having fun. I mean, the maps are cool for that playlist. I don't know. I never tried it before. I'm not like super intense in the Battlefield scene or anything. Like I haven't really played the previous ones a lot. I have played them, but I didn't really get into it very well. I fumble through the controls a lot with Battlefield. Like whenever you involve a D-pad, it kind of throws me off sometimes. But
unlike in Destiny where it's just emotes.
Where I can just use my paddles and my sticks, or but yeah, I mean, I've been loving Battlefield. It's been crazy fun. Like it's a good break from, anything you're playing. It's so different.
It's a pretty game. I'm not a Battlefield fan. I've played them in the past, and they're okay if you play with people. But again, as a bad PvP player, I spend most of my time just getting sniped and killed. But it's such a pretty game. I thought about buying it just for the campaign because the graphics look amazing.
Yeah, I think this is the first Battlefield I've not actually bought, because all I end up doing is I'll complete the campaign because I absolutely love the graphics and the sound. There are HD sounds in it, man. It's like on 3D headsets or got 3D surround sound system. It sounds amazing. But I did think I would play that much to pay that money.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I didn't get the I played the Steep beta, but I didn't get the game. It just came out, but I mean, I had the fun. The beta was cool, but I don't know how much playability it has after you do everything in the game, I mean, how many times am I going to want to snowboard the same mountain,
Yeah, I think it's more one of those games when you've got friends around. Yeah,
right.
Let's go play this. We all snowboard, we all ski. Oh, let's go stick this on. Yeah.
But the game is really cool. The physics are really neat, and it's really pretty. That's for sure.
Yeah, it is.
Can you shoot people off the board?
No, you don't have any guns. There's no turrets on your snowboard.
You got a chain whip, like
I want
Sega
road rage with snowboards.
Road
That's
rage,
what I want. I mean, just let me pick up my board and whack you in the back of the head.
That's what Sparrow Racing should be, honorly.
That
Part of the
is.
problem.
Oh.
It should be.
Damn, I'm gonna get off here now. You
That
just
would be so
depressed
much
me.
fun if you had a gun.
Sparrow
Because
Racing should be road
here's
rage.
here's how
Road rash.
every match of Sparrow Racing League goes for Shane. Start out maybe first, second lap, I'm in first place, and then I go into this one corner, and then I get destroyed by everybody where they all run into me, and I end up in last place and trailing. So if I had a gun, and could take some people out from behind, that would be excellent for me.
The first,
I
the
always
first
think of
SRL.
Star Wars. Sorry, go ahead.
The first SRL when it came out was when I first got my Elite controller. So the trigger locks were on. So I couldn't figure out why I couldn't catch anybody. So I raced about five races of getting lapped. Really angry.
Yeah.
Nick, that was
Before
like
I figured out, wait a minute.
that was like
Lacurra, I did the same thing when I first got my Elite controller. I'm like, all right, let's map this button over here. Gonna turn this trigger lock on. I'm gonna put this high stick over here, this low stick over here. I am totally set up. I go into patrol, and I'm kicking it on my Sparrow, and I'm like, why is this thing so slow? My trigger lock on.
Yeah.
I remember doing that as well. I ended up going to the settings and trying to do it that way, and I was like, nah, I'm baffled. I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna keep it as it is. And then I pressed one of the buttons at the back of the Elite, and I was like, oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, and another thing about trigger locks. I don't know if a lot of you guys ran into this, but in Battlefield, I have my trigger lock on the right trigger, the fire trigger, set to half fire. So when I played Recon class for the first time, I pull out my sniper, I see a guy, I'm scoped in. I'm like, pressing the trigger, it's not shooting. I'm like, what's going on? I couldn't figure it out. It took me like a day and a half to figure it out that I had to take my trigger lock off, and then I could shoot my sniper.
Yep.
It's that sensitive.
Yeah, it is. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking on the Sparrow thing, what I was going to say is Mac probably knows. I think of is it the Sand People?
Uh-huh.
Remember when they're up on the cavern?
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're shooting down. That's what I want. I want Road Rash with Sand People. Just
Sand People.
everybody can shoot at you. Oh,
That's
man.
from episode 1, 2, and 3. I don't acknowledge those exist. So
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
Wait, they made an episode 1, 2, 3?
That's right.
No. There was some cool character called Darth Maul. That's about it.
That's right.
Yeah.
How was Titanfall? Some of you say you're playing Titanfall. Is that similar to the first one?
First one, but much
More in depth.
It's
I
more
like
in
the video.
depth, deeper customization, more defined classes with Titans and pilots. Really good maps. I really haven't found a bad map on it.
Nice.
No, it's really it's just a fun shooter. It's I mean, you can obviously become pro at it and know all the wall jumps and just fly around
Yeah.
it, but
Yeah,
it's
the movement is crazy in that game.
Well, that's the thing
Yeah.
why I'm not too interested in it. It just reminds me of Call of Duty. Since what? Not
Well,
Black Ops
yeah.
3, but the one beforehand. Since then, when they started doing wall rides and double jumps, and
yes.
that's exactly
Well-
the same gameplay, except for you've got the Titans. That's the only difference in Titanfall.
But I
don't-
think that's it though about the
Yeah.
Titans, because when the Titans drop in, it becomes a totally different game. It
Yeah,
becomes an old school lane, shooter. I mean, in essence, and you get your Titans a lot too. It seems a little faster. I don't know if that's right,
Yeah.
but
I just remember Titanfall 1. I used to enjoy just not getting my Titan, hide on the rooftops and jump on other Titans, beat them up. It's great.
Yeah.
I enjoy Titanfall 1. And as someone who didn't like PvP, I like the way they did their matchmaking. I like their maps. And I could go in and I can enjoy myself playing
Yeah.
Titanfall. It's always excited to see they did add a campaign this time. This is the time of year I run into more games than budget.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the problem I tend to have. So when I start looking at games, I want that single player experience. But since I enjoyed the PvP of Titanfall, I plan to pick up Titanfall 2. It looks like they just kind of took a pretty good formula and really improved it, is what it looked like.
I haven't
they did.
played
I mean-
the campaign, but I have heard it is incredible. On
Yeah.
yeah,
Titanfall
people
2.
say the campaign's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I
haven't
haven't played the
finished it,
campaign. I personally didn't play Titanfall 1, but I did watch my friend play a lot of it on the screen right next to me. But
Well, you were just
Titanfall
sitting there.
2,
What were you doing? Why would you just be sitting there watching it?
I didn't get an Xbox One year one. I was still
I mean,
on
what
a
sort of
360.
activity would you be doing that made you just sit and watch?
Well, it was a new game. It was the only shooter available when Xbox One came out.
Yeah.
When
So
you would
I
just
was
sit and
like-
watch, right? And be
Yeah,
completely entertained.
Pretty much. I was like, that's pretty cool, dude.
Shut up.
Nothing
Nick.
else
The
going
only-
on?
Well, it's like when he first started playing, what was it, GTA. When he first started playing GTA, I have never played GTA in my life. I'm a first-person shooter guy, and that's what I do. But he was playing GTA, and it was like a movie when I was watching him play the campaign. It was like crazy.
Yeah.
But
Did you guys
back
ever
to Titanfall,
LA
can't-
Noir?
I love it.
GTA. I love GTA.
Yeah. Did you guys ever play LA Noir? Back when it got
No.
released.
Yeah.
I did, yeah.
Yeah,
That
was
was a
one
good game.
I used to have, say, 5-10 people around at mine. We'd sit, cook food, and then LA Noir would come in afterwards, and you've got the whole room just engulfed in this game. Like, oh, let's do it this way, let's go do that way. I think that's what you need to look for. It was games like that I do love.
That's crazy.
Rockstar does a great job making games. So
Yeah.
I'm excited for Red Dead Redemption 2. They finally
Rockstar
announced
is
that
my
one.
favorite.
Definitely.
Rockstar is my favorite, but LA Noir is the only Rockstar game I can remember right now that I haven't beaten.
Oh man,
I got I think I was doing the
amazing.
Black Dahlia murders or something, and
Yeah.
it took me I love Rockstar and taking my time through everything, right? And something about it just dirtled me down. And I was like, I think I'm done. And it just hit me. I mean, dude, I played Rockstar table tennis more than I played LA Noir.
LA Noir was a slow game. It was really
It
just a
was.
slow game.
But it was pretty. It was good. It was well. It
Yeah,
was. It was fine. It just something about it hit me differently than maybe what I was used to. I don't know.
Personally, it's not a game I'd play by myself. but because I had everyone around, completed it about 3 weeks over 3 sessions. It's just fun. A good group game to play. You don't get many of them anyway.
Yeah.
Nice.
I won't discount them, man. I mean,
I've also been playing.
knows what they're doing.
They do. Lately, I've been playing Final Fantasy 15. That's a great game. What a change to the series. I mean, I know they've kind of gone more real time the last few entries. This one plays like Kingdom Hearts, really, where it's all action and real time and just a good game, but really different from Final Fantasies.
Yeah, nice. I never played Final Fantasy. Never got into it. I don't know. I should give it a try.
I think this one's one that appeals more than just to the JRPG fans.
Yeah.
The old Final Fantasy games were very niche games. I mean, you had to like the turn-based combat. You had to like the grinding. This feels more, you're doing the quests, it's more action-oriented. It's more of a Western RPG is really what it is.
It's a real-time RPG this time, isn't it? Yeah.
It is. Yeah. For a game that's been in development for, 10, 12 years or something.
Yeah, it's been in development for a long time.
Only thing that I don't like about it, I've seen videos on, say, Kotaku pages and whatnot, but I just don't like the graphics in it, man. I think it's backward graphic-wise. But that never changes the gameplay, does it? It's all about the gameplay end of the day.
And that's it. Anything else you guys are playing, or?
Yeah.
That's about it right now.
Overwatch Dishonored. That's pretty much it for me.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Nothing.
Before we... Okay.
Nothing.
Before we...
I was going to say I'm playing with D's.
Yeah, we'll leave it at nothing.
Nothing, sir.
Last name Almonds?
D's Almonds. Man, I got a box of Life cereal. Fucking vanilla flavor. Get off my nuts.
All right. Before we head out, we certainly got to talk about what's coming up, guys. The tournaments. There's a tournament coming up. Next week is it?
Next Saturday, I think.
17th, right?
Yeah, not this Saturday, but next Saturday. So halfway through dawning, we've got a 3v3 skirmish. So I think tomorrow night I'm going to be making an application for everyone to just put their name in a pot, and we'll just
Perfect.
Pick it. Yeah.
That's the
Just
17th
through his
of
name
December.
in. He's a free agent.
17th of December, yeah.
Yeah.
Mac, you're not supposed to be a free agent.
outside
You are on my fucking contract. I didn't sell you to anybody.
Well, we can be free agents.
That's right.
I'm separating you two, don't worry. My pick out the hat is definitely not pick out the hat. Yeah, it's as he goes, nope, those two can't play with each other.
As long as points and Drew. Who else?
Nah, I think the way I'm gonna do it is I've played with quite a few of our members, not all of them, but I'll put them into tiers, tier 1, tier 2. Players I know are already good. I'll make sure they're all not in the same groups and whatnot, and we can split them up.
And then underneath the last tier is Lacurra.
Yeah. Am I above Lacurra in the tier?
I'm sure you are.
I'm not gonna discuss this right now.
No, not really. Okay. I know you've got a little hidden Excel spreadsheet back there with my
I
name
already
on the
have.
bottom.
I've already ranked every player,
Elos.
and
Yeah, dude.
obviously I'm on top, guys. You know my shotgun's
Don't be looking at
untouchable. Yeah.
I bring more to the team than you can, you realize. Just ask Mac how many times I took a bullet for him so he could get a kill.
It's called that jug.
That's
shield.
true.
It's called that
true.
jug shield, man. That's what they're
Call
there
that
for.
Titan Shield.
Yep.
Bubble Bro.
Bubble bros.
Meat Shield. Inbound.
Red Rover.
Yeah. Outside of the tournaments, I'm looking forward. If anyone else doesn't know, D Johnson's making a bot for our server on our own custom one that pulls stats off of a Bungie servers, and I suppose if you want to find out what your win percentage is for the weekend, I'll do that for you.
Yeah, big up to the D Johnson.
Yeah,
Good
big
stuff.
up to you, big man.
And really, there's a lot of exciting stuff
Yes.
coming. We've got the tournament coming up. We've got the bot coming to Discord.
Yep.
Our Discord user count's now up around 400 or something.
No, I think
We've got
we're 550 now. Let me just
550
quickly
now.
check.
It just keeps growing, which is awesome.
510.
How big's the clan now,
We've
too?
got a website coming
Community.
soon.
Yeah. As
We've
soon as DJ's
more-
finish the bot, we're gonna start working on the website. Hopefully, get a store in there. I've spoken to a couple like top tier designers. One of them's already agreed. The other one's still to get back. But yeah, he's more than happy. I just throw him a bit of money. He's gonna design custom T-shirts for our store and stuff like that. So.
Ooh.
So really, it's a
I
great
like T-shirts.
great time to be part of the OG. We've
Yeah,
got a
man.
lot of stuff coming out and
Yeah.
a lot of stuff to look forward to.
Yeah, unlike our old store where it was all the T-shirts were more like clan and community based, these will be more like gaming based. So it'll be like
Nice.
Destiny T-shirts and stuff that you won't see in the Bungie store or in etsKi or any of these other websites. So hopefully we've got something unique that'll bring people to our websites, make them want to join us. Just keep things interesting, you know?
Great.
Yeah, and if
So
you're
before we
hearing this and you don't have a clan, get in here.
Yeah,
That's right.
we're more than
Yeah.
welcoming everyone. As long as you're mature.
Mature, laid
Yeah.
back. We tend to keep it pretty light.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
like a
don't
lot of
take anything
drama
too
and
seriously.
intense stuff. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright,
at the end of the
gentlemen.
day, we're all just gamers trying to have fun. So
Yeah.
you know.
Wanting
right.
to make new friends. That's what we're all
Yeah,
about.
and looking for people to do the activities that you're trying to do with. You
Yep.
know, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
in whatever game you play too. That's important to mention too. We've got a lot of different games that we now have LFGs for in our Discord thing. We're LFGing for Division, for
Yeah.
Overwatch,
Yeah.
for Battlefield, for Titanfall,
Yeah.
for Destiny, of course, and PS4. We've got a lot of
Yeah.
PS4 people have come into the community. So we've been growing in a great way. We hope to keep that going and do whatever we can to support the people that do come in. So
Yeah.
it's been
Well, at the moment,
Yep.
I'm just sitting looking for admins for the PS4 side, admin in Mombase. After the PS4 side of the community's up and running on a separate server, I'll be looking into PC side of things, see if you could get a good solid Overwatch base, League of Legends, World of Warcraft players, whatever. But just a nice community for everyone to come join.
PC Master Race.
Always.
Get out of here, console.
See if they never, guys. See if they never released Destiny, you'd have never met me. It was
I
Destiny
know.
that got me into the Xbox.
But think
I was
going
like,
That's-
forward, if you got no friends and you want to join the clan, Lacurra will be your friend.
appreciate you throwing that out there. I don't have enough
Laura's
requests
ready.
right now.
He's got nobody. He's a
right.
god amongst us.
he is one of the.
So before we
Olympic
sign off,
gods.
guys, anything else to add, say, or anything you want to promote?
Mm,
No, I think we've covered pretty much everything.
be on the lookout for our little YouTube series that we're
Yeah,
recording.
yeah.
Yeah.
Me, Mac,
We are
and Drakos will be
close.
recording Scrubby Titan series. Hopefully,
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
That
I've heard a
scrub-
lot
Yeah,
about
someday.
it. I mean, what's going on with this? What is this? Explain it to me.
it's one
Uh,
of Mr. Drakos's mind projects.
Concoctions.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Oh my
Have you-
goodness.
Have you seen Gremlins combined
Oh, I
with
love
2001:
Gremlins.
Space Odyssey and a little bit
Chuck in a bit of red versus
of
blue as well.
Chucky, Bride of Chucky. It's kind of a
Oh,
mix.
dude, I love
between-
all those movies.
that.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm hyped for this.
This
And a
sounds scary.
bipolar titan.
Yeah.
Well, it's a
Bipolar
romance.
Titan. Let's go.
It's a love story.
Yeah.
Love story.
First,
It's
This one's
a
a love
rom com.
story.
It's a
And
rom com.
when can we look forward to this, gentlemen?
well, we're gonna hopefully record either tonight. Nah, probably not tonight, but tomorrow. So try in the next week or two.
All
We'll
right,
say
keep
week.
an eye out for that, everybody.
We'll definitely say by our next podcast it should be released.
I think
the
the trailer will
Fantastic.
be out before Rogue One. So
Yes, it
Ooh,
needs to
Rogue
be out
One.
before Rogue.
Oh, Rogue One.
That's a whole nother
Because we
subject.
won't see Mac.
But
Mac's
anyway,
going to go watch that 12 times in a row.
basically,
Well, then,
study each frame.
Oh, that frame's not
lightsaber.
perfect. It's not frame perfect. I'm not happy with Disney. Fuck you guys.
I don't get to go see that on Friday. I've got to wait till Monday. My wife is
Yeah.
working all weekend, and she won't let me go without her.
Is that
I don't,
is that
Hey, that's
I
all right.
don't think his midichlorian count's very high, gentlemen.
I'm off that week after it, so I'm waiting to like hardly anyone's gonna be in the theater, like a Tuesday or Wednesday afternoon, so I can just
is that
maybe
worldwide
4 other
release?
people.
Do you guys know?
Yeah, the 16th, I believe.
that-
Yeah.
Sweet.
Well, it might be a day
think
or
so.
two, and over there in
Yeah.
your neck of the woods.
My neck of the woods. Yeah, the guys that are in the future, but we get everything late. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those guys. That's goddamn Europeans.
Goddamn.
All right, boys.
Yep.
All right, gentlemen. Well, thanks for listening. We glad to have you part of the gaming community. If you'd like to join us, you can find us on Discord. You can find us on Bungie. Just look us up, and we'd be glad to have you be part of us. Until next time, I guess we're out.
Yeah.
You wanna
Take
see
it
you
easy,
guys?
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Peace.